Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of LA Dance Diary. Feels so good to be back in the swing of everything.
I know. Finally, we took some time off, and it's good to be back and just getting back onto our roll. Felt like nothing last week. So.
Totally. I mean, speaking of which, you've been doing your thing since the last episodes. I feel like
nothing happened.
I see Rachel in and out of rehearsal. We had some social time this summer, but a lot of work time. And I've just seen you running in and out. She's like, I'm healed. Let's go, bitches.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like it.
For real. It was crazy.
It was just like the comeback. She's like, I'm here. I'm ready in every way. Book me.
That's what I feel like. Thank you so much for saying that. Oh my God.
It was just so good to see you back and moving and dancing and just to see you out and about and in class and, all the things.
I appreciate that. Yeah, because it was hard to be away from dance for so long and away from all my friends. Yeah. I think there was a time midway through my injury rehab where it was everyone was kind of but come back. And I was but it's I can't be back until I'm ready.
Not right there.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's you want to finish something so that your body's in the best position possible.
Yeah.
And what everything was telling me with my physical therapist at the time, what everyone was saying, I was I really just don't want to do this again, A.
Yeah.
And B, this is my one opportunity in life to slow down.
Yes.
We never get to slow down. And a lot of what we're going to talk about today when it comes to gym transformation, aesthetics, those kinds of things, I do have to attribute so much of that to the amount of rest time I got to experience. With dance, it's such an intense physical activity, and we don't often have times where we have periods to take time off.
Never.
So now coming back and revisiting some of our freelance episodes where we're what do you do when it's you're not booked and blessed, it's sometimes be grateful for that time because it can give you time to focus on something else. And really what I just attribute all of my experience to, the glow up, whatever you want to call it, to just putting my all into this 1 year. I was I am going to transform.
Wow.
Period. Yeah. There was no other option. Yeah. I was it's, I have a choice. This is what I've been given. And the answer is, am I going to quit or am I going to keep going and come back better?
Yeah.
There was no other
option
answer.
B.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And I think it's so interesting because if you knew me, you've met me kind of as a more fully formed human. But if you had met me as a kid or in college even, I still I did a minor in college. I had plan B options. I had other things, and it's not, it's not something that I regret or anything. I was very grateful to be gifted in another skill, but this is the first time that I've felt in my whole life that I've really gone all in on myself and dance and this dream.
Wow.
Because I could have taken that year. I could have gotten a full-time job. I could have made a bunch of money and saved up. I could have been a little smarter with that time if you think so. But this is what I've just. So if anyone had any questions as to why or how long, why did you spend this time? This is why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it took that long.
Yeah. And also it wasn't without frustration and pain and there was.
Of course. Oh my God, there were so many hard days.
Yeah. I feel like you made the decision to sit with it and you were I'm doing this and I'm going to let my body heal. And instead of distracting or you said, taking another job or being I'm going to go back home for a while or I feel like there was so many things and
those are the options
with it, and you were no, I'm not putting my brain elsewhere. I'm keeping my brain right here because I'm going to be back. And I know that when I'm back, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm really proud of you for that.
It is such a good feeling. I have a friend who had to get a foot surgery recently. So I've been seeing more and more because now there's a new cycle of dancers getting injured, people, you know, having time off and, to see people wanting to reach out and being oh, this is hard. And I remember it is so tough. I am not diminishing any part of what I went through. Yeah. But I do think I've come out, I know I've come out the other side stronger. Yeah. So I'm very grateful for it. Yeah. But that's just me.
What, share with us and me, I've seen you, but we haven't really had a chance to dive into this properly. you're coming back, you know, what
Yeah.
was like the final month like? I know you've been like super focused on training and your
Yeah.
nutrition, and yeah, what's been your process like, you know, with that final month and then being like, I'm back, and
Yeah.
everything that's kind of happened, like tell
Well,
us
I
more.
was lucky to have like a teaching job right around the time that I
Mhm.
was finishing and like passing the tests, because
Yeah.
there were like a series of tests I had to pass
Yeah.
as an athlete. We are athletes.
Mhm.
For them to be like, yes, you are safe to go
Mhm.
dance. And it was interesting because you pass these tests, but you still kind of feel like you're like, am I really ready? Because I haven't put my body through any
Yeah.
sort of exposure. I wasn't taking a lot of dance
Yeah.
classes just because, you know, to really favor a leg one so heavily is
That's so
really a
hard.
difficult thing to like move away from, because
Yeah.
then your hips are off. You just have to um anyway, unrelated. um
It was good.
but yeah, it was one of those things where like I had the time to like go teach a bunch of classes and like try things again.
Yeah.
So I tried to like just limit in small amounts. Like I'd take a class here and then a class there. And
Yeah.
like if I had time, I would give myself days off.
Yeah.
Even if like the pressure usually with dance is like, you always want to be seen. You always want to be in the
Oh my
right
God.
class. You always want to be training with
24/7.
the 500 choreographers out there that you want to train with.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do have to be a little more discerning now.
Yeah.
So, like, my warm-up process is a little different, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just things, you know, I'm older now, and that's okay. You know, I don't think 28 is that old.
It's not old. But
in
I
the
get it in
sense
our little
that-
dance brains.
in the
it's
sense
like,
that yeah, like things are different.
Yeah.
In the sense that, you know, when you're 18,
Yes.
you just throw yourself into it, and
Yeah.
now I have to like
different now.
approach our craft differently.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to becoming a better athlete.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done this year, is become a better athlete.
Wow.
We are athletes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we don't often train like athletes because there's still a lot of, you know, dissonance about in the industry about people being afraid of bulking or
Yeah.
you know, those kinds of fitness related things
Yeah.
that stops women from lifting weights. However, I'm in a position now where I'm stronger and like able to do my craft better than before.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you want to
I mean,
share a bit more about your process, or like what you've been doing to get there?
yeah.
Trigger warning, by the
Yeah,
way.
totally.
We're going to talk a little bit about food, nutrition,
Yeah.
and just, you know, body transformation in general. And we always recommend that you do whatever feels right for you. This is not advice.
This is not advice.
We just
at
share
all.
what
No.
we, you know, we've both gone on our own separate journeys with just fitness and body image and body dysmorphia and all those things.
Yeah.
So we just want to put that out there. If that's sensitive for you, maybe turn off right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn off. And, you know, if it's something you want to chat about, I know I'm an open book when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've gone through things, I've watched friends go through things. In particular, what we're speaking about is now to look back. Abby's known me for quite some time, but to look back over a 2-year period, I've ended up losing a bunch of weight, but I look aesthetically more shredded, I guess. The
Yes.
physique has changed
Oh, yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of, you know, to a visible eye, I look more jacked. Hey.
Yeah.
So it's interesting having some space and some understanding from it now to
Yeah.
understand how this happens. This all happens from a science, you know, like there can be fad diets out there. People can be on Ozempic. People can talk. All this technology can come out.
Mhm.
But the science of it is that if you know, build muscle and lose fat, then you will look more
Yep.
more toned in that sense. So I went through a period of gaining lots of muscle and then went through a period where my focus was not gaining muscle. My focus was cardio and losing
And cutting.
and cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so understanding kind of that different phases of your life, you have to have different goals.
Mm.
And I think that was like being into fitness now is the first time I've really understood that. I think like with the life of an athletic dancer, we want to be our leanest, our lightest all year round. And like that's kind of, you know, you want to be one body and stay.
Yeah.
Is typically like the unhealthy dancer obsession.
Mm.
But, you know, now having had this period of my life where I was probably I was like 25 pounds heavier, you know, a year and a half ago, that gave me, like, I had the mass to put on the muscle.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think everyone needs to bulk and cut and do things like a specific way. I do think at the end of the day, consistency is your only answer. The consistency of your habits will reflect what kind of person you are. And you know this. You know, it's like how we are when we show up at dance, how we show up at, you know, our habits, you know, it affects everything.
Yeah.
So I think like the long game was really important too, in a way that when dance is your goal, things are about cardio. Like, you're not necessarily going to put on muscle mass with dance.
Yeah.
Like, there was just no way to look the way that I look now without lifting weights.
Yeah.
And I teach yoga now. I do that a little more than my like personal training now, and like I will lift weights a little bit less.
Yeah.
But I'm lifting like smaller weights in my yoga class. But a lot of my students, they want to know, but it's really built at the gym.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can't build that in a class. I don't know.
And
that's
how
just
was
my
that,
opinion.
like, coming back into the dance space with, you know, with this transformed body and, you know, your habits and, you know, feeling like you do with yourself, like what's been your experience coming back with this the transformation that you've had? Like, what do you feel about it?
I think I'm still figuring it out. Because I think like some people, like, I think I'm getting comments. I think, you know, I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm just kind of feeling stronger.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and,
like, you feel,
you know, I'm feeling good about, showing up and being less worried about being bloated on a daily basis. Like, you know, I hate, everyone's gonna have days where you question how you look or question how you feel about yourself. That's natural. But I think in general, I have more good days than bad days. I think, you know, I feel stronger. Like, my legs feel stronger. My upper body feels stronger. When
and
it
you
comes
feel
to
like you can, I was going to say, you feel like it's directly affecting how you dance and how you show up on jobs.
Would you say, like,
you
know, you've seen me dance
For
since
sure.
I've come back.
The
I think
strength
I'm a
level
much
is
better dancer.
Completely, yes, definitely.
Which is weird because I've had so much time off that you wouldn't think that would be the case. But I used to watch videos of myself before my surgery, and I was pretty critical. And I don't know if it's just because I'm so fucking grateful to be back.
Yeah.
But I look at videos of myself today and I'm like, okay. Like, of course, there's still things like, you know, I watched your class video. I'm like, okay, by the end, I'm fighting for my life here. But,
I mean,
you know, like, everyone is.
Yeah.
That's okay. But it is interesting to, like, be able to watch myself from a happier perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like the lines are clean. I feel good about how things are looking on camera. And that's like a really good feeling. Especially to have been off for so long.
Yeah. And to come back and like not miss a beat, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little fear in my head. Like,
I'm
and
sure.
I think there's still more exposure I need to give myself when it comes to like bigger technical jumps and like all of those things that I still want to do. But pretty much everything I've done so far, like, I've been so happily surprised by myself.
Yeah.
Like, that I can accomplish it all.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I mean, I get sore.
Yeah.
You know, like, I have, again, recovery is different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not 22 anymore. It's fine. But I feel like I'm in better shape than I've ever been.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what would you say,
fortunate.
like, was the biggest thing you've learned through this whole transformation period and, like, this kind of, life overhaul that you've had?
Yeah, I think I've just learned the older I get in general, but this all happened around do you believe in Saturn returns? They, like, happen around your 27, 20. This was literally my Saturn return.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, shit, I think it's real for me.
So, yeah.
Anyway, astrology aside, you can cut it if you want.
No. I'm like, tell us more about the Saturn return. I don't know about this stuff. Yeah.
It's fun. Anyway, I think in general, the older I get, but because of this experience especially, it's like, it's more about I've been able to zoom out more and more. And maybe you can speak to this as well. You know, having experienced now a decade in Los Angeles, to now experience your life and to worry less about the day to day and to see like, okay, where am I going months from now, a year from now? And if I had days where I was really struggling, where I was like, I'm not where I want to be, I would think about, okay, what am I doing today that's putting me in the position to be where I want to be in that time? Because I know for a fact I cannot speed this up. Whether
Right.
it's this,
Right.
whether it's going through something this, whether it's a death in the family, like whatever it is, you cannot rush it. But you can set yourself up to be in a happier, healthier position
Wow.
once it's complete. And I think that's what I've done well.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean,
great
I think you
advice.
can speak to that too, probably. But I just feel like if you can think about getting a little bit better every day, I talk about it
Yeah.
all the time, but just a little bit, but just doing it every day. And then, you know, you can watch months go by and your
Yeah.
life change.
And it changes.
I've
Yeah.
seen my life change
Yeah,
in a
definitely.
year.
Definitely.
I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yay.
I'm so happy
Yay.
you're back.
I'm so happy to be
you're
back. Okay. No, dance is awesome. Love
Yeah.
dance. It's great to not talk about an injury anymore.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping it
Wrapping
up,
that in a
tying it
little-
with a little bow.
You can go back
sending
if
it
you want
off
to hear
into
more
the
about
ether.
it, but we're like,
Yeah.
Rachel's moved on now.
Can we cheers to
Let's
that,
cheers
actually?
to-
Rachel's moved on.
Rachel's back and better. Watch
Back
out
and
for
better.
this lady.
Oh, thank
I
you.
got
No,
lipstick
thank you
on
for
it
being
already.
so supportive of
Oh my
me.
God.
I think, yeah, in general, it is tough and can be tough to support people. And, you know, when people go through physical transformations, you know, just always try and be supportive friends to
Yeah.
whoever. And, you know, just approach people with love. Again, with the trigger warnings of this episode, I think, you know, having friends that are really supportive is so important and just
yeah.
care for you. And,
Yeah.
you know,
definitely.
I'm just so thankful to have a friend like you out here.
Aw.
I really am. Cheers.
Cheers to
you.
that.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm gonna have another sip
Yeah.
because
I was
you
like,
know
I didn't
what?
even take my
Whatever.
sip. So let's take it. Oh.
Like this is
Yay. So now we're back and we're talking
Nice
about
wine.
dance every single week.
every single week.
Every single week.
and
LA
there's gonna
Dance
be
Diary
more
is back.
stories, especially from you. I can't wait to see what you do the rest of the year. Oh my god.
gosh. I already have things in the ether, and so do you.
Yes.
So it's exciting. Again, Abby is just the best. Love you, girl. So
Love you.
excited to see what's coming up for you. Check out our socials at Abby and Oliver for
Abby and Oliver 2.
2. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Never not salty about it.
it.
Never
You're
not
the
salty.
wait. Who's number 1? I hate
Someone
that.
hacked me. I was Abby
Oh,
and
that's
Oliver, and then
rude.
someone hacked me,
Wait.
and now I'm Abby and Oliver 2, and I
Oh,
have
this
been
is
for
the
like
tea.
3 years or something.
Oh, this is
4 years.
tea.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have happened
At
right
Abby
when we
Oliver
met.
2. And you're R.A. Walton.
Raw Walton 4.
4.
Yeah, you can find me there.
What are these numbers?
I hate it. It's fine. There's too many Rachel Waltons in the world.
Whatever, it's fine.
Unfortunately for me.
It's
But
fine.
it's okay. We'll catch you on the next episode of LA
Yeah.
Dance Diary.
See you
Thanks,
guys soon.
guys. Bye.